You're such an asshole.
Asshole Consulting, how you kids doing? Hey asshole, please keep me anonymous. Would you do a Clarey test on Mikhail Kalashnikov? I've looked into him before. He's the guy that built the AK-47, and I don't think I did a Clarey test on him, but out of pure curiosity, I did look into this man before. He's a very interesting dude. I have a fond memory of the research I did of him, but the problem with the Clarey test on a Soviet citizen, it's going to be very difficult because it was not meritocratic. There was no private property. It was there was no meritocracy. So I want to say, before I grab my phone and look him up, I want to say he took the Sturmgewehr 44 and then improved it. And he didn't come from well. I want to say this is a guy's guy. This is a guy that you'd like to have a beer with, like, wow, dang, you built the AK-47. I almost want to say he built it in prison, but well, let's look him up anyway. My point is, I don't know if the Clarey test will work perfectly. Mikhail. He's like an Irish guy that hails everyone. Mikhail, hey everybody, how you doing? He hails everyone. Kalashnikov. Mikhail Kalashnikov. He was awarded their highest honor, I know that. Yeah, he died in 2013. Yep. Okay, let's look him up here. 1919 to 2013. Wow, he almost made it 100 years. Was a Russian general, inventor, military engineer, and writer, and small arms designer. He is most famous for developing the AK-47 assault rifle and its improvements, the AKM and the AK-74, as well as the PK machine gun and the RPK light machine gun. So he was born when the pussies were taking over Soviet Russia, or then free Russia. Although it wasn't that free. Study Soviet history, Russian history, very interesting. Self-taught tinkerer, blah, blah, blah. Let's go with early life. Born in Curia as the 17th of 19 children. Holy shit! You could have made $1 million, you'd still be poor. Holy cow, she must have been hot. Alexandra Frolovna Kalashnikova and Timothy Kalashnikov, who were peasants. Okay, so he grew up poor. In 1930, his father and most of his family were deprived of property and deported to the village of Nishtiyaka. Mikhail suffered from various illnesses, was on the verge of death at the age of 6. He was attracted to all kinds of machinery, but also wrote poetry, dreaming of becoming a poet. It's interesting how our dreams never come true, hey? Wrote 6 books, and wrote poetry over. That's very interesting. The guy I didn't want to become a ballroom dancer. That's how life forced me into it. I didn't want to become an author. I didn't want to do this. I'd be curious to read some of Mikhail Kalashnikov's writings. Had to combine farming and hunting, and thus Mikhail frequently used his father's rifle in the teens. He continued hunting into his 90s. This is a cool motherfucking guy. After completing 7th grade, Mikhail, with his stepfather's permission, left his family and returned to Curia, hitchhiking for nearly 1,000 kilometers. Sounds like Matt Forney. In Curia, found a job as a mechanic at a tractor station and developed a passion for weaponry. In 1938, he was conscripted in the Red Army. Because of his small size and engineering skills, he was assigned as a tank mechanic and later became a tank commander. God damn, look at this guy. While training, he made his first inventions, which concerned not only tanks but also small weapons, was personally awarded a wristwatch by Gregory Zhukov. That was the big Soviet general. Served on the T-34s, 24th Tank Regiment. Wounded in Battle of Bryansk. Hospitalized 1942. Last few months being hospitalized, he overheard some fellow soldiers bemoaning their current rifles, which are plagued with reliability issues such as jamming. As he continued to overhear the complaints that the Soviet soldiers had as soon as he was discharged, he went to work on what would become the infamous AK-47 rifle. Seeing the drawbacks of the standard infantry weapons at the time, he decided to construct a new rifle for the Soviet military. During this time, Kalashnikov began designing a submachine gun. Although his first submachine gun design was not accepted into service, his talent as a designer was noticed. 42 onwards, Kalashnikov was assigned to the Central Scientific Development Firing Range for firearm. Jesus Christ! This is the official title. This is the place he worked for. You people wonder if you're working for a tyrant. See if Google has something as long as this. He went to work for the Central Scientific Developmental Firing Range for firearms of the Chief Artillery Directorate of the Red Army. 44, he designed a gas-operated carbine for the new Senate cartridge. This weapon influenced the M1 Garand rifle, lost out to the new Simonov carbine, which would be eventually adopted as the SKS. Became a basis for an entry as an assault rifle competition in 1946. His winning entry, the Mikhail, became the prototype for development of a family of prototype rifles. This process culminated in 1947. Oh, that's where the AK-47 comes from. It was in 1947. I didn't know that. When he designed the AK-47, standing for Automat Kalashnikov model 1947. In 1949, the AK-47 became the standard issue assault rifle for the Soviet Army and went to become Kalashnikov's most famous invention. While developing his first assault rifles, he competed with two much more experienced weapon designers. Also superior to AK-47. Vladimir boop, booty, booty, boop, boop. Later career, served and worked. 17 academies. Science, death. Yeah, I think I'm going to say he gets a perfect score. He didn't come from wealth, didn't major in stupid shit, has real world experience because, well, the Soviets kind of insisted on that. And yeah, then he worked until he was dead. Would I like to have a beer with the guy that invented the AK-47? Yeah, fuck damn right I would. And should he run for office? He should have. He should have. But again, this is where the Soviet Russia is a really weird group of people. It's not, but yeah, he should have, yes. A scientist like him, an engineer, a tinkerer, he absolutely should have. And he was awarded, it wasn't in the Wikipedia thing, it probably was somewhere if I looked it up more in detail, but he was awarded some, like, the highest civilian honor or something like that. But no, absolutely, I would love to have a beer with the inventor of the AK-47. So, all right, that's it. Questions, answers, links down below. Asshole Consulting. See you guys later. Toodles.